A warning: if the Caribbean fails to address the issue of climate change, prepare for serious consequences. It comes from representative from the United Nations Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean, Diane Quarless. She says should we not come up with the needed policies to address climate change in the Caribbean, the region can suffer severe impact from climate change in years to come. Cherrylene Lewis reports.
The Executive Director of ECLAC, speaking at the International Conference on Climate Change for the Caribbean, said the region is more vulnerable to the effects of climate change than many other places. Compounding this, Ms. Quarless said, was the fact that 70% of the Caribbean population lives on low elevation coastal areas.
Much is already at stake. We have long since described ourselves being highly vulnerable small island developing states as the canaries in the coal mine. We will be among the earliest and the most significantly affected by climate change in the coming decades. It is estimated that about 70% of Caribbean populations live on the low-level coastal zones, located less than 10 meters above sea level. The cost of damage to critical infrastructure that supports human settlements along the coast due to rising sea levels will be a significant financial burden.
But Executive Director of the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, Dr. Kenneth Leslie, said the current change being experienced in the climate was predicted many years ago in a study done on the changes and impacts of climate change.
That a warming climate would result in more intense tropical storms and a stronger variation in climate as such.
Further, Dr. Leslie said what we're seeing in terms of natural disasters in the region was as a result of a warmer climate.
So what we have seen in 2017 is only confirming that those were not freak incidents, but they were real.
The Caribbean Community Climate Change Center is mandated to coordinate the Caribbean region's response to climate change through effective solutions and projects, as well as inform climate change-related policy and guidelines. Cherrylene Lewis, CNews.